I can't prove it, but Steven Spielberg is a Highlander fan. The opening scenes of both the films are exactly the same. Disclosure Day. Look, we're going to start off with Josh O'Connor. He's wearing a undershirt, t-shirt, shirt, jacket, coat combination. He's on the run. We jump straight into it. Now, you've seen the trailers, so when I talk about certain points throughout this, let's be honest. If you've seen the trailer and you have an understanding, Disclosure Day, you know what it's about. And the movie, look, let's talk about the pacing. A lesser filmmaker, yes, I'm going to gush on Steven Spielberg, would have played the Hollywood game, holding onto the big alien reveal right until the final act, dragging out the mystery just to give us a CGI explosion. But Spielberg's the man. He drops the cards early. David Koepp's script gives us the what, the why, the how, the who early, which means the movie actually has time to breathe. We aren't wasting time wondering what the aliens look like, smell like, taste like, what they're wearing underneath. We get to explore the real fallout, the religious, the moral, the empathetic impact on humanity when we realize we aren't alone. And it forces us to look at our own compassion without ever feeling preachy. This film opens up so many incredible discussions from the impact and fallout of the aliens. You've seen the trailer. They're aliens. It's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. And the aliens themselves are fascinating. If you look closely at the designs, they pull heavily from ancient Mesopotamian cultures, specifically Sumerian and Babylonian. This is brilliant. You can tell that Steven Spielberg, I mean, he's got alien films before, so we know he knows his stuff. But ancient civilizations and cultures have had aliens, stories, droids, myths throughout history. And still, Steven Spielberg pulls from a lot of these things, making the ancient lore feel earned rather than lazy. But there's a psychological layer to it as well that makes them terrifying, and it's rooted in something called the uncanny valley, an evolutionary psychology concept where something looks perfectly human almost but isn't, with slight imperfections that trigger an innate subconscious feeling of revulsion, dread, or fear in our brains. I'm on a side tangent, but that's part of it. It's terrifying. It is terrifying. But you have to think about it. Why do humans have an evolutionary hardwired fear of things that look like us but aren't? Now, as much as I adore this film, and I do adore this film, I want to talk about the villains. Nothing's working for me today. Colin Firth, Donovan from The Inbetweeners is there for some strange reason. There is a moment when Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor are on the run. They push a car out of a place. 20 of these Cordex guys get through, and they're literally hiding behind a rock like this, and nobody sees them. And I just thought that it did make me chuckle, but it kind of reminded me of Elder Scrolls. You just crouch down and no one can see you. But judging by modern bureaucratic and policing standards, a massive corporate entity experiencing total logistical and intellectual incompetence might actually be the most realistic part of this movie. So let's be honest. I do want to talk about performances. Emily Blunt is better than, she's always fantastic. In this, she is next level. She gives a career best performance. Steven Spielberg's even doing things. There is a scene where the camera's upside down, angles round on Colin Firth, and it might be one of the single best shots I've ever seen in a film. Like, genuinely, I was in awe at just certain motions. There's a moment running through a field, the way the camera moves, which I won't give any spoilers, but everything about this film, and I'd seen a lot of things going in where people were talking about the ending. For me, the ending worked so well with such a massive impact. I'm going to give a really, really light spoiler now though, because there is one thing that I do not buy. Light spoiler, here we go, 3, 2, 1. When they are talking and they're broadcasting the alien beams, not the beams, the alien broadcast, like everyone's seeing all the footage and all of the news reports are taking it. They're like, now send it to the BBC. I refuse to believe in any world that the BBC would put out anything credible. Straight up, I refuse. I don't see it. Anyway, look, I'm going to move away from my normal review system and say, normally I do things out of 5 or 10. I'm going to change things up from now on. We're mixing things up. Should you see it on streaming? Should you see it in cinema? Is it worth the watch? This film, it's too early to say, and I don't want to let recency bias take over, but this might be the best film of the year. It's definitely up there, and I'm going to go and see it again, probably a couple of times. I was blown away by this film. The discussions that I had about what happens to humanity if this information gets out, the performances, everything about this movie, I was completely blown away by. That's just my little thoughts. So let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and yeah, see you guys in the next one. Take care.